goes Nixon to the wall. He caught it. Unbelievable.
Kiss this one goodbye. It's a slam. And down the stretch he comes. Braves win! Braves win! Braves win! Braves win! Braves win!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Busch Stadium in St. Louis for the first of a three-game series between the Atlanta Braves and the St. Louis Cardinals. I'm Pete Van Wert along with Skip Carey. It's been raining on and off all day here in St. Louis. Hopefully the weather will cooperate tonight. And Skip, both these clubs in very similar spots. Second place, 7 games out. A little frustrating on Atlanta's part, winning 8 out of 10 on the homestand and only gaining 1 game on the Giants.
That's right, Pete. And if you look a little further back, the Braves have won 16 out of 22, and in that time they've lost 1/2 game. The Cardinals had made great strides against the Phillies. Then they sort of slipped back in Houston. They lost 3 out of 4 down there before coming home for this series. But they've been a good ball club at home. They have won. They're 25-15 on their home field, and it's artificial turf, and that's normally a little tough for the Atlanta Ball Club.
And they've got 2 red-hot hitters right now, and Greg Jeffries and Bernard Gilkey, both well over 300. They'll get to face Tom Glavine tonight. It goes after win number 11 for Atlanta. Bob Tewksbury, the control specialist, on the mound for the Cardinals. We'll be back with the lineups and all the action from St. Louis right after this.
To the mound, Bob Tewksbury. Deion Sanders not in the lineup tonight. He jammed his fingers diving back into a base last night. They're announcing that, and hopefully tonight we'll have an announcement about the Cardinal pitcher, Mike Perez. He'll be examined tonight by the Cardinal physician, Stan London. Let's take a look at the other baseball. As I tell you, the broadcast is authorized under rights granted by the St. Louis National Baseball Club Incorporated. It is solely for the entertainment of our listening audience, and any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the description and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the St. Louis National Baseball Club Incorporated is prohibited. The Cardinals have placed Mike Perez on the 15-day disabled list. And they have purchased a contract from Louisville of Alan Watson, and he'll be up here tomorrow. They're announcing that right now. Perez on the DL, and Alan Watson will be called up and join the Cardinals tomorrow. So we'll talk about that with the Cardinal manager, Joe Torre, after this ball game, and see how he's going to use Alan Watson. That'll be very interesting. He's that talented young left-hander that we talked about in spring training.
Well, the people said this spring, Mike, down in Florida, he probably will be with the Cardinals before the All-Star break. Here he is.
And we'll see how he fares. And it appears, Jack, that they'll just throw him right into the starting rotation. We were having trouble with Cormier and Omar Olivares, and it appears that just speculating now that they'll just throw Watson right in there and he'll be a starter. We'll see. Well, we're set here. Otis is ready, so's Bob and my partner, Jack.
And the first pitch swung on, hit into left center. Ryan Jordan goes to it, makes the catch for the out. That's the way the game starts. Jumping on the first one, and the opposition usually does go up there swinging against Bob Tewksbury because he walks so few batters. Otis Nixon fly to center. The Cardinals have Gilkey in left, Ryan Jordan in center, Rod Brewer in right field. They have Zeal at third, Smith at short, Alisea at second, Jeffries at first. Here's a line drive, knocked down by Alisea. He throws him out as Jeffries took it out of the dirt. A good play on both ends. It's a little damp on the infield. Alisea backhanded the ball. He was lucky. The ball stayed within his range. He grabbed it, threw into the dirt, and Jeffries, who has scooped many out of the dirt this year, helped Alisea, and they're 2 out, and Pendleton comes up. 2 pitches, 2 out, and Pendleton is saying to himself, this is much too easy for Bob Tewksbury. I better take a pitch or two.
I guarantee you he'll take a pitch because he's been well schooled in this Cardinal organization. You never, I mean never, let a pitcher throw just 3 deliveries an inning.
Let's watch him swing at this first pitch.
I guarantee you, I'll bet you anything you want that he doesn't swing.
Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss by Pendleton. I lied to you, folks. He took a strike.
He'll be swinging now, though, if it's close.
Here's the next. That's a ball, low outside. 1-1 with 2 out in the first, and Tommy Glavine completes his warm-up procedure in the left field corner. He's walking into the dugout. He's the Cardinals' opponent tonight. The pitch, Pendleton takes a strike on a breaking pitch from Tewksbury, who's won 5 in a row. He's 0-1 against Atlanta this year, and he's 1-4 lifetime. The pitch to Pendleton inside drives the batter off the plate. Pendleton hitting left-handed, batting .259 with 5 home runs, and he usually does very well against his former teammates. The first 2 have been retired here in the opening inning. And the 2-2 pitch from Tewksbury to Pendleton on the way. Swing and a foul. He spoiled a good pitch. Lined it into the seats off to the left, and we say hello to the folks in Camden, Arkansas, tuned in on KAMD. And the Camden Cubs, American Legion AAA and AA baseball teams from Camden are at the ballpark tonight. Hope they have fun. Here's the pitch. Change up and a bouncing ball to second. Big hop to Alicea. Out at first and down in order Atlanta. After 1/2 inning, no score. Tommy Glavine warming up, ready to pitch to the Cardinals. And Alicea, who's leading off. Smith and Jeffries to follow. Zeal batting 4th. If you've been considering a new minivan, see your Quality Ford dealer tomorrow and take a really good look at Ford Aerostar. They're built right here in St. Louis with quality and pride. It's the Ford Aerostar. All minivans are not created equal. Well, the Cardinals have a tough chore tonight, as do the Braves, trying to beat Tommy Glavine. He has won 4 in a row. He's a 10-game winner. He's second in the league in earned run average. However, there is a figure that caught my eye. He has struck out 48. He has walked 49. He is not the power pitcher that he was when he first came on the scene. And he's no longer interested in striking people out. He wants them to hit his pitch. He's a good one. And his first pitch to Luis Alicea will be coming to the plate in a moment. Alicea hitting .305, batting right-handed. Here's the pitch. And it's over but low, ball 1. Last year, 20-8. The year before, 20-11. On a pace to win 20 again this year. He is 10-3. And Glavine pitches. Swing and a shot into right's a hit. A base knock into right off the bat of Alicea. He waited and waited and took it to the opposite field. And a leadoff hit to bring up Ozzie Smith.
Well, you could see that, Jack, that he either was looking at old films or he had made up his mind. He said, I'm going to make him throw me a strike, make him bring it up, and then when he does, I'm going to go the opposite way. He took the first one and he got the next one up, and bang, he did exactly what he had planned.
We might be looking at the all-star starter here in Tommy Glavine. He checks the runner and pitches to Ozzie. Swing and a miss, trying to go to right. Ozzie really worked hard at trying to hit that inside pitch to right field. One of the best I ever saw in that department was Alvin Dark. Another was Dick Grote.
I was going to say, you have to put Mr. Grote in there with... I didn't get to see Alvin play as much, but I got to see that Grote do it. He was the best I ever saw.
Yeah, they get that inside pitch and nothing to it. Get the hands out in front of the bat and knock the ball into right field. Right-handed batters. And they could do that with almost every pitch.
In fact, Grote used to put the hit and run on with a man at first in less than 2 outs.
Here's the pitch. Ozzie leans back from a ball, 1-1. Tommy Glavine started the All-Star game 2 years ago in Toronto. He started it last year in San Diego. And he's a candidate to start it again this year in Baltimore. Leadoff batter is Alicea. He's playing it very cool at first base. A look over by Glavine. The lefty throws over. Nothing doing. Behind the plate, Damon Berryhill for Atlanta. And they have Terry Pendleton at third. Jeff Blauser at short. Mark Lemke at second. And Sid Bream at first. Ron Gant in left. Otis Nixon in center. David Justice in right. And another throw trying to get Alicea. Nothing doing. The plate umpire is Larry Poncino with Wally Bell at first. Dana DeMuth, the crew chief, at second, and Bill Hahn umpiring at third. The left-hander is ready. Here's a look. Here's a pitch. Swing on a little pop fly on the infield. Foul ball. And the catcher makes the play for the out. Glavin's off-speed pitch got Ozzie. And the batter is Jeffries, who is a hot hitter. He's batting .339. And he is 6th in the league in hitting. Hit a home run in the game yesterday in Houston. Atlanta played at home last night before winging here. We'll play the Braves again tomorrow night and Thursday night. 1 on, 1 out. Hitting room up the middle. Jeffries takes a ball. A check on the sign by Glavin. And the Massachusetts native is ready to throw to first. Runner returns. Glavin is not particularly good with his pickoff move, but he is persistent in throwing over there. More and more folks arriving at the park after seeing the weather clear a little bit. Here's the pitch. Jeffries takes it low, but at the knees, a called strike. 1-1. Well, we hope the rain stays away for a lot of reasons. Least of which is this ball game. Most importantly, to avoid further flooding here in the Midwest. It is brutal. Let's hope kinder days are ahead. The pitch to Jeffries is a ball outside. 2-1. And let's see if the Cardinals want to do some running. Bucky Dent coaching at third. He goes through the signs. Alisea is the runner. He's at first with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a long one. Way back. Here it comes, bleachers. Home run.
Came very close to the 375 gang out there. And how about Jeffries? Has he been something? I mean, what a player he has been.
Where would we be without him? That ball a little bit down and in. He socked it into the seats. I hope, Mike, he's rewarded with an all-star berth.
Yeah, I know it's going to be tough because of Galarraga. You know, he's not leading in the voting, and Galarraga's hitting .400, so it's going to be a tough choice for Bobby Cox, but I'd have to take Jeffrey somehow, some way, for obvious reasons, his statistics, but he's a switch hitter also.
Ball 1 to Zeal. And the pitch down and in, ball 2. This is a truism in baseball. If you're going to get a guy like Glavin, you'd better get him early. And a base hit by Alisea, combined with a home run by Jeffries, a good combination. Zeal swings and misses a changeup, even on 2-0. Here is Glavin turning the ball over, and it's 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, he'll walk you, Jack, if you let him, and I think you pointed that out when you said strikeouts 48 and walks 49.
Another one to Zeal, and a swing and a well-hit ball into right. Right fielder's on the move, and Justice just did catch it for the second out. Zeal has hit safely in 7 straight, hit that ball hard into the opposite field. I don't think Justice saw it right away. And then he stabbed at it with the glove on his right hand and made the grab. The Cardinals lead 2-0. They are 2-4 against Atlanta for the year. 1-2 here, 1-2 there. So they have a little catching up to do with the Atlanta Braves. Now the batter's Gilkey, hitting .327. He hits a base knock into center. He took him the other way. Gilkey singles into right. And that is the 3rd Cardinal hit of the first inning. Gilkey 8th in the league in hitting. Gets a base knock.
Well, these Cardinals love home cooking.
You don't very often see them hit a soft throwing, and that's what Glavin is at the moment. Soft throwing left-hander in this fashion, but they're doing it tonight.
They've won 9 of their last 11, the Redbirds have here at home, and they're 25-15 on the year. That's their home record, and of course, they're 3 games over on the road also. So they're playing some very fine baseball.
Brian Jordan now. First pitch on the outside corner, strike 1. Fastball. Glavine used to be a pumper, a real hard thrower. Not now. He is a crafty left-hander. He has surrendered 3 hits here in the opening inning with Greg Jeffrey's home run, his 12th of the year, giving the Cardinals a 2-0 lead. Another pitch. Swing and a ground ball to short. Blauser has it. Force out, and the inning is over. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 left, 1 inning, and the Cardinals lead it 2. You'll hear them if the Braves do anything. Here's a pitch to David Justice. It's a strike call from Bob Tewksbury. He set the side down in order in the first, and pitches to Justice, Gant, and Bream here in the second. Jordan is really deep in center field. Pitch inside, and it's 1-1. Does he have to play that deep?
He plays deep, Gag, but I think that's a little too deep. Although this fella has a lifetime batting average against us of .352 with 6 home runs.
Here's the ground ball to the second baseman. Alicea from a deep position throws him out. Alicea has thrown out the last 3. And Ron Gant will bat with the bases empty and the Cardinals leading 2-0. Folks, you can always count on the great taste of Bud Light. It won't fill you up and never let you down. So make it a Bud Light. Perhaps you're just sitting down for dinner. Add Bud Light to the menu. Ron Gant, the batter, sends Todd Zeile to a deep third base position. He is batting .262. And the pitch is a slow curve strike. He bailed on it. Ball went into the strike zone. This fella, after a slow start, Gant, has 19 home runs. He's a pull hitter. And when he hits them, they go. He is ultra strong. Another pitch coming. Breaking ball low, 1-1 to Gant. Gant had an off season last year for him. Hit 17 home runs. He already has 19. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a ground ball to short and a big hop to Ozzie. He got rid of it in a hurry. Throws him out. Tewksbury is set down 5 in a row. And Sid Bream will bat with the bases empty. Well, this Thursday, it's SeaWorld night at the ballpark. All paying fans Thursday receive a 2-for-1 pass to SeaWorld in Florida. SeaWorld night is Thursday when we play the Braves. Sid Bream has a .249 average, left-handed hitter. First pitch a strike, and Tewksbury has been impeccable thus far. He is set down the first 5. Jenny Albites is celebrating a birthday here at the ballpark tonight. Sid Bream, a line drive caught by Tewksbury, and he does a pirouette out there on the mound. A line drive right back at his right knee. He caught it. It spun him around. He held on, and the inning is over. I was about to say earlier, Mike, I hate to be the third baseman with people like Gant and others batting against Tewksbury. Tewksbury. I'm 3 in the order against Tom Glavine. Rod Brewer leads off. There's a strike from the left-hander to the left-hander. Brewer batting .253 with no home runs. He's playing right field this evening. Cardinals are a little short in personnel. Here's the ball. And they announced just before the game started that Mike Perez, the right-handed pitcher, is on the disabled list with a bum right shoulder. And Alan Watson, the talented left-hander, is going to come up from Louisville and join the club tomorrow. Pitch to Brewer. Swing and a little number. He might beat this one out to third base. No throw. Base hit. A little twister off the very end of the bat. Gives the Cardinals their 4th hit of the night. And brings up Eric Pappas. Some folks from Illinois are here and wishing a happy birthday to Frank Perry. It was futile for Pendleton to throw the ball, so he just held on. And Brewer picks up a base hit. Pappas is the batter and hitting .324. Let's see if the Cardinals try some running against Glavine. Here's a pitch. And it's in at the knees, a called strike. Pappas was taking all the way. Eric has 1 home run, 16 runs batted in, and they're playing very deep for him. They give him right center. Pappas the batter, a leadoff hit by Brewer. 2-0 Cardinals, second inning. Next pitch, low for a ball. Here we are on the 6th of July. 1933, pitcher Bill Callahan of the Cardinals started the first All-Star game. Was played in Comiskey Park, July 6, 1933. Babe Ruth hit the first All-Star home run. Throw to first, the runner back, and Frankie Frisch hit the first National League homer. July 6, 1933. Comiskey Park in Chicago. From the stretch, Glavine. Here's his pitch. Pappas took a ball outside, 2-1.
Does it say who won the game?
American League won it 4-2. And remember this, folks. It's bad luck to be behind when the game is over. That's a quote. Leadoff hit by Brewer. The pitch. There's a ground ball on a hit and run. Pendleton grabs it and throws. Out over to first. Out. That's a double play. Well, the Cardinals were running, but Pendleton and the second baseman, Lemke, pulled off the double play. Brewer knocked Lemke over, but he got rid of the baseball. 2 out.
And, of course, Pendleton knew who was running. The mistake was made there on Brewer's part, and it's an awful tough play for him, is that he slid. If he doesn't slide, Lemke has no chance to do anything. But that's what you do. You go in there to try to break it up. But if he just goes in there standing up on that play because it's so close, there's no way Lemke can throw the ball.
Here's a pitch now to Tewksbury with 2 quick outs.
Too quick to think of that, though, when you're on the move.
I've seen some people try it and ended up in the hospital. Here's the next to Tukes. It's a ball 2. You're right, though, Mike. If you do stand up, you just smother the second base.
Right. And if he throws it, he might end up in the hospital, too, because he'd hurt his hand when he comes to hit you while throwing it or after throwing it.
There are 2 out, and Tewksbury looks at a ball on the corner. Wow. Strike called, and it's 2-1.
Of course, one of the most celebrated one was Dizzy Dean, but he was about 20 feet from the bag when they threw the ball there. Remember they hit him in the head?
Next pitch, Tewksbury with 2 out, a fly ball into center. That ball is going to be caught by the second baseman, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. After 2 on a home run by Jeffries. Cardinals 2 later.
Damon Berryhill, their switch-hitting catcher, will lead it off here in the 3rd. Tewksbury has retired all 6 that he's faced. Berryhill swings and flies it nicely into center, where Jordan takes care of it. 1 pitch, 1 out. Just like this ball game started, he'll bring in Mark Lemke, their second baseman. Lemke has 7 home runs, 28 RBIs, and a .264 batting mark. This guy has already surpassed his high for home runs with 7.
Yeah, how can he hit 7 home runs, Mike?
In fact, prior to the season, he had 10 home runs and 423 lifetime at-bats. He already has 7 this year, and we're not to the All-Star break. He's figured it out and playing well at .264. First one to him is a ball, the next, and it's in at the knees to even the count. Tomorrow, heck of a pitching pairing, McGrain and Maddox. They're both 7-7. Swinging a pop-up, it goes into shallow left. The Wizards over there, and 2 away.
Mike, we thought we'd see Pete Smith here on Thursday night, but they moved John Smoltz up, and he will pitch the finale here against the Cardinals.
Bring him on. And it'll be interesting to see what Joe Torre does with young Alan Watson. Just called up. He'll be here tomorrow. See if he, in fact, does insert him into the starting rotation. Here is the pitcher, Glavine. This guy usually a pretty good swinger, but he's struggling a bit this season. 6 out of 41 with no home runs, and he gets a base hit. He takes it to the opposite field. He's the first base runner of the night for Atlanta. He acted like he knew just what he was doing.
Yeah, he did to Tewksbury what the Cardinals have been doing to him here tonight.
I mean, he walked up there and spanked the baby, as they call it in the game. Just flicked it into. Boy, the best I ever saw at that was Stan the Man in the latter years. He could serve that thing out into left field. Looked like a backhand coming off the tennis court. Just flipping in there. So Glavine a 2-out single, and that brings in Otis Nixon. This guy hits very well against Tewksbury. 5 out of 10 lifetime coming in. First one to him is outside, ball 1. They don't hold against Glavine, but Jeffries is in front of the base at first. Zeal the same at third and off the line. Tewksbury checks and fires, and a foul comes back and over the screen to even the count at 1 apiece. Nice crowd on hand. Lovely evening here at the ballpark. The rain has cooled things off. Beautiful tonight. They're deep for Otis Nixon, and they give him right center. Gilkey, he's a step or two in and left. Swinging a ground ball to Alicea. He flips to Ozzie, and the inning is over. 4-6. As the Cards come to bat in the bottom of the third, the Redbirds lead the Braves 2-0.
Just telling you about this date in Cardinal history, July 6th, the birthday of Lance Clemens. And in 1961, Johnny Keane took over as the manager of the Cardinals and led the Cardinals on to that pennant in 1964, Mike. Johnny Keane, one of my favorite people in this game in the Cardinal organization.
What a nice man he was. What a very nice man Mr. Johnny Keane was. Well, we'll play Atlanta, these three. Colorado comes in on the weekend. Then we'll have the All-Star break. And then Houston will come to town the 15th of July through the 18th. And on the 16th of July, it'll be a Friday night affair. And the first 35,000 fans, 21 and over, will get those red and navy baseball caps featuring that famous Busch Cardinals logo, and it's courtesy of Busch Beer. That's Busch Cap Night, Friday, July the 16th, 7:35 game against the Houston Astros. Rain really coming down now, but we're going to continue to play as Glavine brings it home to Alicea. Louis takes it, it's outside, and he calls it a strike. Alicea turns around and says, is the plate moving? Strike 1.
This is the same crew of umpires that ended at 4:50 in the morning the other morning over in Philadelphia.
So they're not going to stop it with a little rain. They're going to play. They've learned their lesson, haven't they?
It's the same crew of umpires.
Here is one that misses, and it's 1-1. They play Alicea deep and they hit into right center. Give him the left field line, a little gap in left center, and he, from the right side, looks at it in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike.
Mike, the Phillies are ahead the Dodgers are ahead 6-2 in the 5th inning at Philadelphia. 6-2 Dodgers.
Alicea from the right side is a 3-6-4 batsman. Swinging a ground ball to the shortstop. Blows the gloves, throws in a hurry. He got it. Good play. So Alicea reached for a pitch and he grounded to the shortstop. That's the first casualty here in the third. Well, this Cardinal club has been a big hit with the fans this year, and another big hit is Bud Light. Fans everywhere are enjoying Bud Light. It won't fill you up, and it never lets you down. Why don't you make yours a Bud Light? Here is the Wizard, the first one outside for a ball. The next to the Cardinal switch hitter is in at the knees. A good pitch, evens the count. 1 on each side. Pendleton off the line, even with the bag. Everybody else straight away. Ozzie, batting right-handed this year, has been something. 346. He lines it into center field. Hey, that maybe will go to the wall. He may try for 2. He's going to try. Here comes the throw. A terrible throw by Nixon because the ball was wet. And when he went to throw it, when he went to throw it, that thing went squirting out of his hand. So that baseball is wet. Now Ozzie wisely took a chance and stretched what could have been a single into a double. It's raining very hard now, and that ball was wet when Nixon got to it. Put his hand on it, and it really squirted out of his fingers when he went to throw. And then it got in the lights as Lemke tried to catch it, and he ducked like it was an air raid. So it's Jeffries with another RBI chance. They have a base open. I bet you he doesn't give him anything good to hit this time. Hit the knees. He drops a curveball in there, so he says, hey, I don't care. Come after it, my man.
And that second baseman out of position trying to hold Ozzie close at second. There's a lot of hitting room over there, and Jeffries can go that way.
Jeffries hit his 12th home run of the season in the first, a 2-run shot. He now has 49 RBIs. Here's a fake throw down to second. On deck at Zeal. We are in the third, and the Cardinals lead 2-0. They've out-hit Atlanta 5-1. The left-hander comes to the belt and checks on Ozzie. Pitches to Jeffries in the dirt. 1-1. That's all that the Dodgers could get. 3 in the fifth, and they now lead 6-2 as they let the Phillies have their turn in the bottom of the fifth at the vet. Eric Davis is 8th of the year in the fourth. And Lenny Dykstra is 9th of the season in the first inning for Philadelphia. On a 1-1, Jeffries grounds it to the right side. Sid Bream has it. Underhanded toss to Glavine covering. 3-1. He's out. Over to third goes Ozzie, and Jack. That's exactly what Jeffries was trying to do. Hit it through that vacated second base position, but he hit it a little too far over towards the first base bag, and Bream got it.
Mike, we have the stats on Alan Watson, who's going to be joining the club tomorrow. Very impressive figure. You might tell the people about it. Record of 5-4. Earned run average of less than 3. Teams are batting a very low mark against him.
228, so he'll make his major league debut uniform-wise mañana. Zeal looks at one go way outside. Yeah, 5-4, 2.91 ERA. He's been in 17 games, all as a starter. Completed 2. And in 120 innings, he's had 101 hits, 86 strikeouts, and 31 walks. Well, that's a very good figure. And he'll join the Cardinals tomorrow. Still raining here at Busch Stadium as Zeal at the plate with 2 out, 1-1 the count. Ozzie's at third. They're straight away and deep everywhere for the Cardinal third baseman. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Threw it by him upstairs.
Mike, Alan Watson hasn't pitched since the 2nd of the month, so he's ready if needed.
What's needed now is a 2-out RBI hit by Zeal. He lined very hard to right his first time in the dirt, and a very good play by Damon Berryhill to prevent the wild toss, and the count goes even 2-2 with Gilkey up next. Gilkey, 8th in the National League in the hitting department when this ball game commenced, and he's 1 for 1. He's on deck. They're very deep in the outfield for Zeal. He's hit 2 home runs. Both have come here at Busch. The 2-2, here she is, swinging a foul. Off the end of the bat and into the Cardinal dugout. Tickets remain for all these games on this homestand, including McGreen and Maddox tomorrow night at 7:35. Hey, how's everything in Camden, Arkansas? KAMD. I bet you those bass fishermen are out there right now, catching the lunkers and listening to Cardinal baseball. Upstairs is ball 3. Zeal started, stopped in time, full count. Camden, Arkansas. Great country down in the Ozarks. So they're out there catching those big bass. Let's see if I can get a hit for you from Zeal. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a line drive. Base hit into left center. Past the shortstop. Ozzie scores. It's 3-0. Zeal with that big 2-out RBI. He drives home Smith, and it's now 3-0. 38 RBIs now for Zeal. And the Cardinals aren't trying to pull Mr. Glavine tonight. Zeal got a pitch out over the plate. Tom got it up a bit. Zeal took care of the rest. That gives Gilkey a chance. Zeal held by Bream, and he draws a throw. He's back safely. 3-0 Cards. Without hit the Braves 6-1. We're only in the third. Rain still comes down a little lighter now, but still very steady. A check and a pitch by Glavine. Gilkey pops it into right. And Justice retreats a bit, has plenty of room, and makes the catch. Cardinals score a run on 2 hits leave a man. They've left 2. We've played 3, and the Cards lead Atlanta 3-0. Well, all of the youngsters here tonight, they're asking their parents if they can go out onto the field because the ground crew came out and poured what looked like sand all over the field. They want to go out and play in the sand. Daddy, let me play in the sand. No, it's only for the big leaguers. And as we go to the 4th, it'll be Tewksbury with a breaking pitch outside and low, ball 1-2. Jeff Blauser, their number 2 man in the lineup. He starts the night hitting .315 with 5 home runs and 32 RBIs. Right-handed hitter. Swings and grounds it 1 up, right back to Bob Tewksbury. And a flip over, 1 away. Tewksbury has it going tonight, doesn't he, Joe?
I think one of the most impressive statistics, or the telltale sign, are all the ground ball outs that he's getting. That's how he retired the first 5, and then he got the line out back up through the box that he caught. A pop out to start the 3rd. Ground ball force out ended it. Another ground ball to start the 4th inning. He's keeping the ball down, and that's what you need to do against this big hitting lineup for Atlanta.
Pendleton walks in now, the switch hitting 3rd baseman. Southwest Missouri State University night. It will be July the 16th. That's a Friday night, the same night we have that promotion. And if you want ticket info, contact Julie Ebersole at the SMSU Alumni Association. Pendleton takes a long time getting in there. He drives off that black bat of his. He's ready, and so's Tewksbury. The pitch. It's in at the knees. Tewksbury's like a machine tonight, folks. He leads 3-0 on a 1-hit shutout. The hit came from the pitcher, Glavin. Pendleton has been hot the last 2 months. He swings and is jammed, pops it foul, and it's going to go out of play. Well, it got himself a cameraman. That's worth 2 nice, cold, frosty ones. Cameraman down there was following someone on the field with his camera, had no idea where the baseball was, and it struck him. Ball players have points for who they strike with those foul balls.
Really?
Oh, sure, they get points for that. Cameraman get points for that. Umpire, man, he's way up there. Here's a fastball high, wasted by Tewksbury, 1-2. And if you'll catch some opposing infielder on the knee before he can't bounce on it, has to be a line drive. And only the infielders, the pitchers don't count. Inside, he moves Pendleton off the plate, and it evens the count 2-2. No one on, 1 away, 4th inning. Cardinals lead Atlanta 3-0. Pendleton grounded to the second baseman his first time up. In the last 55 games, Pendleton has taken his average from 148 to 259. And during that period, he's batted .314.
I'll tell you what, Tewksbury has got a good-looking breaking ball working tonight. That one had a big break to it to Pendleton. And Terry hit it about 2 inches off the dirt and pulled it foul. Tewksbury has everything going right now. He's hitting the spots in the corners. He's getting that breaking ball over and keeping it low. He's about due for a win against this Atlanta club. He's 1-4 lifetime against the Braves.
Bob has won 5 in a row. Rain comes down, and Tewksbury removes some material from his spikes, a curveball, and a 2-hopper to Louis. Alisea throws out Pendleton for the second time, and there are 2 away.
Alisea is keeping Jeffries on his toes over there at first base. Greg is hopping around and taking these throws in. That one, nice little hop, pulled it in and threw to first, a little wide, but Jeffries was there and made the play.
That's the only thing I see that Jeffries doesn't do properly. He plants that back foot. And if you're a first baseman, you've got to have the weight distributed equally on both feet in case you do get a throw that goes one side or the other. This time, though, he had his back foot planted on the bag. And, of course, when the throw came a little to his right, he has nowhere to go. He can't push off with the left foot. He has all the weight on the right foot. Here's the left-handed swinging David Justice now, and the count's 1-1 on him. Rain continues to come down. Nobody on, 2 away. Cardinals leading behind Tewksbury's 1-hit shutout, 3-0. Justice takes it at the knees. A perfect pitch, 1-2.
But Tewksbury has a right umpire behind home plate as well. Larry Poncino's got a big strike zone working tonight. When Tewksbury has that, he can be double tough.
Inside, a fast one just missed. 2-2. Pete and Stephanie Nettles are here tonight from the executive salon. They're rooting for the Cardinals, and they brought an old friend along with them, Dorian Magowitz. On a 2-2, Justice takes it just low and inside. Full count. David, through the years, has hit Cardinal pitching well. .352 with 6 home runs. He has a 5-game hitting streak. Payoff pitch. Swinging a ground ball to the Wizard. He has a wet floater to throw, but he gets it over there perfectly. And it's 3 up, 3 down. We have played 3.5. The Cards come to bat, and the Redbirds lead Atlanta 3-0. And I'd say better than half of these people have remained in their seats. Cardinals lead 3-0 as we play here in the 4th, and Brian Jordan will lead it off. What a job he's done since coming up. Uh-oh. Time called on the stadium clock. It's 8:29. I can't believe they're calling it. It's been raining like this for a long while. Listen to the fans. Listen to the folks here. They're booing the umpires. They have called it. And out comes the ground crew. They're going to put the tarp on. Still raining very steadily. And the umpire-in-chief here, Dana DeMute, will supervise as the ground crew comes out. Evidently, well, they're going to put the big tarp on, too. Watch out, Dana. Don't get Vince Coleman there. Tarp comes up. Well, we'll keep it here for a while as the Cardinals lead 3-0. Then a delay of about 52 minutes, when in fact Merker does deliver his first pitch. He's warming up now, and he'll face Jordan here in the bottom of the 4th.
The pitching change is the only change for Atlanta, so it's a battery of Merker and Berryhill. Pendleton at third, Blauser at short, Lemke at second, Bream at first, Gant in left, Nixon in center, and Justice at right. 6 of the top 10 best-selling cars and trucks in America. Only your quality Ford dealer can make that claim. 6 of the top 10 best-selling cars and trucks in America. See your quality Ford dealer soon. It's time you got into Ford's winning lineup.
The Cardinals lead this ball game 3-0 as Jordan stands in. Single by Alisei, and then 1 out later in the first. Jeffries hit a 2-run homer. A double by Ozzie with 1 out in the third. And then with 2 outs, Zeal drove him home 3-0. We're now in the bottom of the 4th. Jordan leads it off against Kent Merker. And he gets his sign there straight away and deep for Jordan. The first pitch by Merker is low for a ball. And we had a 52-minute rain delay. 52-minute rain delay, and it's raining as we play right now. It has just started to drizzle a bit. The next to Jordan instead. Merker slips off the mound. Did not throw the ball, though, so there is no pitch. If that ball would have slipped out of his hand, it would have been a pitch. But he held on. He kicks at the pitching rubber and now winds and fires. Swing and a miss. He threw it right by Brian Jordan. This guy throws hard. Kent Merker. I mean, what a difference in the two.
The sooner the Cardinals get 4.5 innings in while they're ahead, the better off they'll be with the weather as it is. More rain is on the way.
The next to Jordan is just on the corner. Strike call. This is a pitcher's umpire here. Rain comes down steadily now as Brewer waits on deck. They give Jordan all of the left field line. The pitch to the Cardinal center fielder is strike 3 called. He knew it, man, and he heads for the bat rack. Fastball. And Jordan was had. That'll bring in Brewer. He hit a little squibber off the end of the bat down the third base line, and he beat it out for a single in the second. Brewer started the night hitting .253. He's picked up 10 points with that 1-for-1 performance. He has 12 RBIs on the season, but 4 of those RBIs are game winners. And some lightning ricochets across the sky as the pitch to Brewer is over the outside corner for a strike. Rain coming down steadily now. They might try to get this one in as quickly as they can. Another 2 Brewer in the dirt. 1-1. Atlanta has to bat in the top of the 5th for this one to be official. 52-minute rain delay. As we play here in the 4th inning, no one on, 1 out, 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Merker threw it right by him. The on-deck man is Pappas. Big gap in right center. If Brewer gets one up there, he'll run for a while. The delivery to him is instead, once again, Merker slips off the pitching mound. I don't know if he's trying to win an Oscar here tonight and cause another rain delay, or if he's actually doing that. It's the second time he slipped off the rubber. He fires now, and Brewer pops it foul and out of play. Most of this crowd has stayed around. Then they're back in their seats, umbrellas up. They're enjoying this Cardinal 3-0 lead in the 4th. More lightning over the center field pitch. Merker in relief of Glavine. Gets his sign. And he works home another 2 Brewer. Way outside, a sweeping curve, 2-2. This is the first of a 3-game series with the Atlanta Braves. Play here tomorrow night and then Thursday night. On a 2-2, Brewer starts, stops, holds up just in time, and a sweeping curve is low and away. Full count. Like fastballs, Mr. Brewer, here comes one for you. 3-2 delivery. He'll challenge him. Here it is. Fastball low, he walked it. So a strikeout to Jordan, a walk to Brewer, and it brings in Pappas. They're going to play Eric to pull the ball. Very deep in the outfield. Nixon is extremely deep and pulled over into the left center field gap a bit. Dan all by himself in left. He's tucked into the corner. And the right fielder, Justice, is spread out also. A little foul goes out of play into the seats off to the right on a fastball up and in to Eric Pappas. Brewer at first, 1 out. Cardinals leading 3-0 with Tewksbury on deck. Bottom of the 4th. Pendleton, Blauser on the left side. Lemke, Bream on the right side. They look for the double play ball. Throw over, and Brewer's back safely. Brewer, no stolen bases on the season. We owe you a station break, and we'll try to give it to you as we go along here in the bottom of the 4th, especially for the folks in Camden, Arkansas. A check by Merker and a pitch to Pappas. Swing and a line drive into left. There's Gant. He has it as he slips to the AstroTurf. Good play. He robs Pappas of an extra base hit. Let's pause here as Tewksbury comes in. This is the Cardinals Baseball Network.
You're listening to WRMJ Aledo. There is a sandbag filling effort going on right now at Aledo High School behind the tennis courts. The bags will be then taken to Keithsburg.
Well, Pappas got a fastball right inside. He turned on it, hit a vicious line drive in the left, but Dan made a very nice play to retire him, and Brewer has to stay at first. He's there with 2 outs, and it's Tewksbury's turn. Bob popped out his first time. Swings and fouls it back. Hey, don't forget about Gatorade Road Cap Day. It's Sunday, July the 11th. Colorado's going to be here. That's this coming Sunday. And all paying fans 15 and under will get a replica of the Cardinals Navy Blue Road Cap, courtesy of Gatorade and the Redbirds. This Sunday, July the 11th, Cards in the Rockies, and it's Gatorade Road Cap Day. They play Tewksbury to hit to right. Big gap in center field. I mean, there's a gap in center field more than there is in left center. Strike 2 called. If Tewksbury hits the ball right over the second base bag, 1 hop, it'll roll to the wall. The pitch to him. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. After 4, the Cardinals lead Atlanta 3-0. 1 hour plus rain delay bother him. 1 hour for him is. We had 52 minutes of rain delay, but about an hour plus for Tewksbury. Let's see if he can pick it up, Joe.
He will face Gant, Bream, and Berryhill for the Braves in the 5th inning. 3-0 Cardinals. Gant is 0 for 1 on the pitch by Tewksbury. Breaking ball is a little inside. Ball 1. Where was that pitch? One of the better pitches Tewksbury has thrown in the game, but he didn't get the call. And the pitch to Gant is another breaking ball for a strike. This time, and it's a 1-1 count. Gant, his first time, grounded out to short. Rain lets up quite a bit here at the ballpark. Gant grounds it to third. Good play by Zeal. Gets it and throws him out. A backhanded stop. Zeal pulled it in, threw to first, 1 away. And Tewksbury is 2 outs away from getting through the top of the 5th.
Joe, the infielders are going to have trouble throwing that baseball also. Zeal, after he backhanded that hot shot, he made sure that he had all 4 fingers on that ball when he threw it. And that's how you have to do it when the ball's wet. Usually you take 2 fingers and you get it across the seams. But when the ball's wet, you throw it with 4 fingers so it doesn't slip out. You don't get the velocity on it, but you'll get much more accuracy.
Here's Sid Bream, and he hits the ball into right. Brewer is there. Quickly, there are 2 out here in the 5th inning as Brewer pulls it in. Bream is 0 for 2, and the batter will be Berryhill. From LX to GT to convertible, Ford Mustang is and always has been America's favorite horse. Corral one soon at your quality Ford dealer. Ford Mustang, except no substitutes. Final in from New York. The Mets all over San Diego. They score 9 runs, the Mets do, and win 9-7. Here's a pitch to Berryhill. A low strike, 0-1.
Those Mets are on a roll now, aren't they, man?
They've won 1 in a row right now.
Boy, what a horrendous season.
Grounder foul off the bat of Berryhill, and it's quickly 0-2, and the rain has stopped almost. It's just sprinkling or spraying here at the ballpark.
The calm before the storm, right?
1 more strike.
Yeah, get 1 more out here. Then let the heavens open up.
0-2 on Berryhill. Damon his first time.
Just here at the
center.
ballpark now. That's the only place. We don't want it to rain anymore around the Midwest and cause any more flooding. But just right here at Busch Stadium, we have a nice little, a cloud of about half a block in circumference, and let it rain. Just here.
Berryhill lines it down the right field line. That ball is fair and into the corner. Brewer digs it out. Berryhill has a double. A 2-out stand-up double for Damon Berryhill, and that'll allow Mark Lemke a chance to bat. And that's only the 2nd hit given by Tewksbury this evening. Cards have out hit the Braves 6-2 lead, 3-0, but Berryhill, the 2-2 pitch, got it up and in and pulled it down the right field line for a double.
Yeah, it was a breaking pitch, and Bob got it a little too high. It kind of hung right there for Berryhill, and he took care of the rest. He smashed it into right field into the corner, and he's swinging a hot bat. He's 16 out of his last 46. He's over 350 during that period.
Lemke at the plate, a tap foul for strike 1. Runner at second, Berryhill, 2 out. And Tewksbury facing Lemke. The 0-1 pitch is a breaking ball that stayed outside, a ball and a strike. Pitcher Merker is in the on-deck circle. Here comes the 1-1 from Tewksbury, and a tap to the right side. Tewksbury knocks it down, flips to Jeffries as he falls flat on his stomach for the final out. That'll do it for the top of the 5th inning. Boy, Tewksbury wanted that out, and he wanted it right there. It went off the edge of his glove, and as he was falling, he picked it up and flipped as he fell flat on his stomach.
That was a heck of a play. As you say, Joe, he wanted that out. He knows he needs that out. It's an official game.
Balisea, Ozzie, and Jeffries, if anybody gets on Zeal, against the left-hander Merker. Balisea 1 for 2. He singled in the 1st inning. and scored on the 2-run homer by Jeffries. Cardinals got another run in the 3rd on a 1-out double by Ozzie, and a 2-out RBI hit by Zeal. Here's the first pitch to Alicea. It's high for ball 1. Louis Alicea batting .308. Has 1 home run, 21 RBIs, and he lifts one into shallow right. Out goes Lemke, stands underneath the pop-up and pulls it in, 1 away. That'll bring in Ozzie, who has doubled and scored in this one. He's 1 for 2. Ozzie's 1-out double helped when Jeffries moved him over to 3rd. He scored on a 2-out hit by Zeal, making it 3-0. Then we got through the top of the 4th inning, and then the rains hit us hard, and we had to stop for a while. 52 minutes. Here comes the 0-1 to Ozzie. It's high and away, a ball and a strike.
How about this Cardinal group here tonight? These fans, it's a Hardy bunch, aren't they? They're right out there. They're saying play ball.
Look at Ozzie. Drives one to the gap. That ball's going to go to the wall. Ozzie digs for 2. He's going to try for 3 maybe. He pulls up with a double. As Nixon in center did a great job of getting the ball back in. That ball hit the wet turf, skipped to the wall, and Ozzie is standing on second with a 1-out double. His second double of the night.
And Jeffries is licking his chops. Jeffries started off slowly. He didn't really get off to a perky start, but he's picked it up. Hit .444 in June, and July has been no different, man. 2-run homer in the 1st. Here's Ozzie out there, and a chance for him to pick up his 50th RBI of the season.
Runner at second, 1 out. The pitch to Jeffries is a strike from the left-hander Merker. Jeffries hit a 2-run homer in the 1st, his 12th of the year. As Mike said, it brought his RBI total to 49. Runner at second, 1 out, and the 0-1 to Jeffries. Inside, moves him off the plate, a ball and a strike with Zeal next. Cardinals already leading 3-0, trying to add to that. Merker looks in to get his sign. Lemke again, the second baseman, out of position near second base. The pitch to Jeffries. He's trying to go to right. He fouled it away. Back up here. And a 1-2 count. Again, Jeffries trying to go to right with Lemke shading up the middle.
I thought the holiday was over. This is a holiday crowd we have here. I mean, they're enjoying everything that happens.
Ozzie at second, 1 out, and a 1-2 count on Jeffries. Merker is ready. He comes set, checks the runner. Here's the pitch, and it's way high, 2-2. Jeffries is hitting a cool .340. He's 1 for 2.
Rain is almost stopped now.
Ozzie at second, 1 out. Cardinals trying to add to their 3-0 5th inning lead. Merker gets his sign, checks the runner. Here's the pitch, and it's high again. Full count.
Tried to turn that ball over. Missed high. What he wanted to be a screwball.
3-2 on Jeffries. First base is open, but Zeal waits on deck. Ozzie at second, 1 out. The 3-2 by Merker is way high. That walks him. A 1-out walk puts 2 on with 1 out for Todd Zeal.
So I wonder if that's something we're going to see in the future with Jeffries being so hot. When they get the opportunity to walk him, they're going to take it. I don't think Merker really tried to do it. I think he came right after him. He just missed with it, tried to overthrow on the 3-2 fastball, and he missed upstairs. But I just wonder if they're going to start walking Jeffries when they get the opportunity.
Depends on what happens with Zeal. He's been hot lately. Has an 8-game hitting streak alive with his RBI single in the 3rd. And And Merker will face Zeal with 2 on and 1 out. They're in the 9th inning now at Philadelphia. L.A. leading by 2. 7-5. Top of the 9th. Good speed on the bases. Zeal at the plate. The pitch by Merker. High, ball 1. Merker has missed way high with his last 3 deliveries, and he does not look comfortable out there at all.
And that's why the pitching coach is headed out there now. He looks like he's messed up with his mechanics, Joe. He now goes down and messes with his shoelace or his shoes. It's very sticky out there. Now the bat boy is going to bring out a new rosin bag, it appears. That's exactly what he's going to do. He'll get a new rosin bag out there, and he gives it to the umpire, and the umpire immediately flips it up to Merker. And it's slick out there. There's no doubt about it. They've poured a lot of material on the mound and at home plate and around the base paths out there, the sliding pitch, but it still gets a little slippery and slimy with this rain.
A number of times Mike Merker started and stopped in the windup last inning. Can't do that with men on base. First and second, 1 out, and a 1-0 count to Zeal.
You can do it all right.
Here comes the pitch by Merker. Zeal takes it way high again, and Merker is behind on the count 2-0, and he'll have to lay it in there.
What's even better than that, Joe, if you do slip and the guy does try to throw it, if he throws it, it'd be a wild pitch, and it just goes away if he lets it loose.
The 2-0 to Zeal. First and second, 1 out is low now, and it's 3-0. Gilkey on deck. And we'll see if the Cardinals turn Zeal loose on 3-0.
I think they'll get the bullpen busy here in a second, Atlanta. Yep, they start to stir down there.
Bedrosian trots down to the bullpen. 2 on with 1 out. The 3-0 to Zeal. It's high. Ball 4. That loads the bases. And Merker wasn't anywhere close with any of the 4 deliveries. And the bases are loaded for Bernard Gilkey as Bedrosian indeed will start to loosen for the Braves in their bullpen.
Everything's been up, up, up. He can't seem to come over the top. Now in comes the third baseman Pendleton to talk to him about this. It's first and second, 1 out, and a chance for Gilkey to increase his RBI total, which is 26.
Bases loaded with Ozzie at third, Jeffries at second, Zeal at first. Merker has now walked 3 since he took over in the 4th. The pitch to Gilkey. Foul back and out of play for strike 1.
You believe their defensive alignment against Gilkey?
Way, way over to the right. They play him to go the other way. Mike, if he rolls one to left center field, he'll circle the bases.
How about down the left field line where we've seen him pull that ball a lot of times? The left fielder, Dan, is way over into left center.
And nobody's in center field. The pitch to Gilkey is high, 1-1. Nixon, the center fielder, is in dead right center field.
I know Merker throws hard, but Gilkey has been pulling the ball with authority more than any other player that we have.
Ozzie at third, Jeffries at second, Zeal at first, and a 1-1 count on Gilkey with 1 out. The pitch is fouled back to the screen, 1-2.
Well, Gilkey looked like a big puma trying to pounce on something, didn't he? He went after that one.
The count is a ball and 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 1 out. Gilkey trying to add to the Cardinal 3-0 5th inning lead. Merker is ready. His pitch to Gilkey, and a foul out of play off to the right.
Well, this guy gets it up there in a hurry, doesn't he?
Well, he is such a talented pitcher. He came up with the other guys, with Avery and with Glavine and with Pete Smith and Tommy Green, and the list goes on. But he's kind of a lost soul in that bullpen. A middleman. He is talented. Kent Merker. But a double and 2 walks as the bases loaded for Gilkey with 1 out. The 1-2 pitch to Bernard. Up and in, 2-2.
No doubt he's having trouble grabbing the turf here, isn't he? He can't get his footing out there, and we know one thing. He's not a mudder. We better put mud caulks on him.
Bases loaded for Gilkey, and the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. A big strikeout for Merker. And it will be up to Brian Jordan.
Well, that's the thing about Merker. He throws so hard, and that time he really gathered himself together on the windup. He took a little more time where he made certain that his body didn't get out in front of his arm. And that fastball was down at the knees, and if he gets it there, he is double tough. But you see how slow that he took that windup that time? Got himself under control.
Now the bases are loaded, 2 out for Brian Jordan. Brian's been coming up with some big hits for the Cardinals since he's been recalled from Louisville. Can he do it again? The pitch by Merker on the way, and Brian Jordan a swing and a miss on that good fastball. 0-1, and Ken Merker's playing hardball. He's walked 3, but he's struck out 3.
Your description is perfect, Joe. This is good old-fashioned hardball. You like fastballs, have it this. And Jordan was looking for it, because last time Jordan was up there, he took a fastball, was called out. He went up there looking for it, got it, and it was just a little too much to handle.
Cardinals have the bases loaded, 2 out, and the 0-1 to Jordan is high, a ball and a strike. Brian has hit 2 home runs, one of them yesterday at Houston. The other, a grand slam on the recent homestand against Philadelphia, and here he is again with the bases loaded. A ball and a strike to Brian. Good speed on the bases. Merker is ready. Here's 1-1 to Jordan. A strike. Caught the knees. Jordan thought it was low, and the count's 1-2.
Looks like he took a little off of that pitch. That was a heck of a delivery. No, he didn't. It was just a fastball, and he kept it downstairs. Hey, he gets it down around the knees. He is some kind of tough.
1-2 on Jordan. Bases loaded, 2 out. The pitch by Merker. A little foul off to the right as Jordan was jammed, and he gets it out of play to stay up there.
This is a momentum switching inning, isn't it?
Oh. Cardinals had the bases loaded with 1 out for Gilkey, and Bernard struck out on that good fastball by Merker. Now Jordan's in there with a 1-2 count.
We need one of those humpback liners. Get jammed and flare one over the infield.
1-2. Here comes the pitch by Merker on the way to Jordan, and a swing and a miss. Threw it right by him. Well, Merker got into trouble, and he got himself right out of trouble. A 1-out double, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. 4 in the 2 innings for Ken Merker. 4 strikeouts. No runs, 1 hit, 3 left. Cards have left 6. We go to inning number 6, and it's the Cardinals 3, Atlanta nothing. Ken Merker steps in to lead off the 6th inning for Atlanta. 3-0 Cardinals, and a swing and a foul ball back is strike 1. This is the pitcher, Merker. The pitch by Tewksbury, and a ground ball to first right at Jeffries. Boy, Merker hit it hard, but right at Gregg, who steps on the first base bag, 1 away. Merker hit that ball right on the screws, but right at Jeffries. 1 out. The batter is Otis Nixon. Cardinals loaded the bases in the bottom of the 5th inning with 1 out, but back-to-back strikeouts by Merker against Gilkey and Jordan kept it 3-0 Cardinals. Otis Nixon steps in. Otis is 0 for 2, hitting .238, and the pitch is a breaking ball, strike 1 over the outside corner. Infield shortened up at the corners and even up the middle a little bit to guard against the bunt. The 0-1, a swing and a miss as Tewksbury got it by Nixon. Up and away, and the count's 0-2. Nixon is fly to center, bounced into a force out. The pitch to Otis is high, a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 from Tewksbury, and Nixon lines one to left, a base hit. Gilkey over to get it. He cuts it off, and Nixon is on with 1 out, and that's usually trouble. That'll bring in Jeff Blauser. That for Atlanta is only their 3rd hit. Pittsburgh a winner at Houston. Final 10-3 Pirates. And Chicago wins at home over Cincinnati 3-2. They're in the bottom of the ninth inning at Philadelphia. L.A. leading by 2, 7-5. With Jim Gott trying to protect that lead and save it. The pitch to Blauser is a swing and a miss on a pitch inside. They appeal, and the first base umpire says no. Ball one. I wish you could see this. Ball one instead of strike one, and the Cardinals did not get the call there. So it's 1-0 on Blauser, 1 on, 1 out. The pitch by Tewksbury on the way, and a swing and a miss. 1-1. Pendleton waiting on deck. This is Blauser 0 for 2, hitting .313 with 5 home runs and 32 runs batted in. Cardinals leading by 3, 6th inning, and the Braves have a runner at first, Nixon, and 1 out. The 1-1 pitch to Blauser from Tewksbury after he comes set on the way, and a line drive base hit to left. Nixon will stop at second, and it's 2 on with 1 out for Pendleton. And what you notice about the last 2 hits against Tewksbury, the deliveries have been up. That one up to Blauser, and he just simply stuck the bat out there and poked it to left. And now Pendleton is standing in, representing the tying run, 2 on, 1 out. The rain has totally stopped here at the ballpark. Cardinals hoping for the double play ball off the bat of Pendleton, hitting .258, but he always seems to hurt the Cardinals. Pendleton hitting .258. First and second, 1 out. The pitch to Terry is outside, ball 1. Good news from Philadelphia. The Dodgers win at Philadelphia 7-5. Astacio over Schilling. Jim Gott came in with the tying runs on in the 8th inning and got out of the jam, and the Phillies lose to L.A. The 1-0 to Pendleton, a big swing and a miss. As Tewksbury changed speeds, a ball and a strike. Well, Tewksbury is in his first tight spot of the evening. Back-to-back hits with 1 out by Nixon and Blauser brings in Pendleton, who's up there with a 1-1 count. Justice next. Tewksbury trying to induce the double play ball. Cardinals haven't turned one tonight. The 1-1 from Bob, and Pendleton grounds it to short. Ozzie to second. Alicea to first. A double play. 6-4-3. Beautifully turned by Ozzie. Alicea, and Louis threw it on to Jeffries. Great turn by Alicea at second base, and you know who started the play. Number 1, Ozzie Smith. 6-4-3 double play, and there is that. There's 2 now. He had singled and walked, and now he flies to center, and that'll bring in Eric Pappas with the bases empty and 1 away. Omar Olivares cranks it up for the Cardinals in the bullpen. Tewksbury due up next. Pappas tonight is 0 for 2. He's grounded into a double play, fly to left, and he looks at ball 1 up and away. Pappas hitting .317, driven in 16 runs, and he has hit 1 home run. Pitch is swung on and fouled out of play for strike 1. Tracy Woodson in the on-deck circle, so it looks like that'll be all for Bob Tewksbury. The 6 innings plus the rain delay. And he's in line for his 10th win of the season. Now Tewksbury comes into the on-deck circle. We'll wait and see what happens. The pitch is low, and Pappas ahead on the count, 2-1. Kent Merker pitching in his 3rd inning of relief help. Delivers, and Pappas lines it foul down the left field line. Got a good swing, but lined it foul. Eric Pappas with a 2-2 count waits, and Ken Merker looks in, gets his sign, rocks and fires, and Pappas lines it into left center field. That ball's a hit. That ball's to the wall. Pappas digs for 2, and he has a 1-out stand-up double. And the Cardinals will indeed go to the bench and call on Tracy Woodson. So Woodson will come on, pinch hit, and that will be all for Bob Tewksbury. Woodson is former Atlanta Braves property, and he'll hit against the Braves here with Pappas at second and 1 out. Let's work up the line for Tewksbury. Bob, 6 innings of shutout ball. No runs on 4 hits. No strikeouts or walks. And Olivares will take over in the 7th inning. Remember, the Cardinals are without Mike Perez, placed on the 15-day disabled list. Cardinals have recalled left-handed pitcher Alan Watson. He'll be at the ballpark tomorrow and start on Thursday. Come out to the ballpark and check out the Major League debut of Watson. Here's Woodson. He looks at a pitch outside from Merker, ball 1. Tracy hitting .234. No home runs, 2 runs batted in. He has 11 hits and 47 at-bats. An RBI chance for Woodson. And the 1-0 from Merker. High and away, 2-0. On deck is Alicea, representing the top of the Cardinal lineup. Woodson trying to knock in his 3rd run of the season. Digs in. Should get something to hit here. 2-0 the count with Bedrosian working in the Atlanta bullpen. Here's the pitch, and Woodson flies the ball into left center field. Nixon is over to get it. He makes the catch. Pappas stays put. He's at second with 2 out now as Woodson flies to center, and that'll bring in Louis Alicea. Alicea is 1 for 3. Singled and scored in the 1st, scored on the home run by Jeffries. Grounded out to short in the 3rd and popped out to second in the 5th. And Merker will face Alicea with Pappas at second and 2 out. Big inning coming up for Omar Olivares in the 7th. He'll face Justice, Gant, and Bream. See if he has that good sinker working. Alicea could add to the Cardinal 3-0 6th inning lead. Pappas at second and 2 out. The outfield very deep for Alicea. The pitch by Merker. A strike over the outside corner. I mentioned how deep they are because they really put themselves under the gun in trying to throw out Pappas, who's on at second base with 2 out. They play Alicea to go the other way. And the 0-1 from Merker is high and away. A ball and a strike. Ozzie up next, but it's up to Alicea to keep the inning going. Luis batting .305. Pappas with a lead off second, 2 out. And the 1-1 pitch to Alicea from Merker. A little low, 2-1. Quite a few finals rolling in now from around the big leagues, and we'll tell you about them. In the American League, Toronto over Chicago, Texas over Milwaukee 11-1, and Detroit over Minnesota 4-1. Here comes the 2-1 from Merker on the way to Alicea, and a foul straight back, trying to hold up on a high pitch, couldn't do it. 2-2. In the National League, the Giants won at Montreal 13-5. LA won at Philadelphia 7-5 behind Estacio. The Mets at home over San Diego 9-7. The Cubs defeated Cincinnati 3-2, and the Pirates winners at Houston 10-3. 2-2 the count on Alicea with Pappas at second and 2 out. Cards have out hit the Braves 8-4. The pitch by Merker is on the way, and a line drive caught by Pendleton at third. Alicea hit it hard, but right at Pendleton, and that'll do it for the Cardinals in the bottom of the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit, a double, a man left. Cards have left 7. That's a little disturbing. But after 6, as Omar Olivares takes over to face Justice, Gannon, Bream, the Cardinals lead it left
for Tewksbury. Toronto beat Chicago 5-1. Texas won at Milwaukee 11-1. Detroit a winner at Minnesota 4-1, and Baltimore shut out Kansas City 8-0. The other games on the West Coast. San Francisco defeated Montreal 13-5. Dodgers won at Philadelphia 7-5. Mets at home winners over San Diego 9-7. Cubs edged Cincinnati 3-2. Pittsburgh won at Houston 10-3.
David Justice leads off for Atlanta. 7th inning, 3-0 Cardinals, and he looks at ball one low from Omar. Here's a big inning in this one. Heart of the order coming up with a 3-0 lead. Justice looks at ball 2. Olivares will face Justice, Gant, and Bream. He's already fallen behind Justice, 2-0. The pitch by Olivares and a pop-up. There's a big out on the infield. Zeal wants it. He crosses the foul line and makes the catch, 1 away. Olivares fell behind Justice, came back and got him. 1 out in the 7th inning, and Gant bats with the bases empty. Ron Gant is 0 for 2, batting .260. Grounded out twice, once to short, once to third. The pitch by Omar is outside. Ball 1. The next from the Cardinal right-hander on the way, and it's a strike in at the knees over the inside part, 1-1. Looks like Bedrosian will take over for the Braves in the bottom of the inning. He still loosens up for Atlanta in their bullpen. Ron Gant hitting .260 in the 1-1 from Omar. Up and in, and chases Gant off the plate, ball 2.
Gant is one who walks into the pitch. He's a pull hitter. And he has done some lusty hitting this year with 19 home runs.
The 2-1 from Olivares, and a pop-up foul, and backing out of play for strike 2.
Hard to shut this Atlanta ball club out, Joe. Cardinals have a leg up on it here in the 7th.
Omar Olivares, one of many members of a bullpen now that's going to have to pick up the slack for the injured Mike Perez. That's a lot of slack. He is a good one, Perez. The 2-2 from Olivares, and Gant lines a base hit into left center. Jordan over to cut it off, makes a great play, throws to second, but Gant is in anyway with a double, a 1-out double. Gant gets his first hit. Jordan did everything he could. He cut it off on a dead run in left center field. But by the time he stopped his momentum, came up and threw back into the infield. Gant was on at second. He's there with 1 out for Bream, with Berryhill up next.
Get a rather uneasy feeling in this game because the Cardinals, leading 3-0, had the bases loaded and only 1 out in the 5th inning and failed to score. Had a 1-out double in the 6th and failed to score. They've been sitting on the 3-run lead for quite a while.
Gant at second, Bream at the plate, and Sid looks at a strike over the inside corner. Bream is 0 for 2. He's lined back to the pitcher, flying to right, and he's up there with a runner at second, 1 out as he tries to break up the shutout. The pitch by Omar is on the way, and Bream looks at a tailing pitch that stayed inside, 1-1. The next from Omar, and Bream took it low and away. 2 balls and a strike. Olivares involved in a key spot here for the Cardinals and for Tewksbury. Cardinal bullpen will try to save his 10th win of the season. Tewksbury pitched 6 shutout innings. Only allowed 4 hits. Omar's pitch to Bream is a long one into right center field. Well hit. This ball is gone. A 2-run homer for Bream, and just like that, it's a 1-run game. That makes it 3-2 Cardinals as Bream circles the bases. A double and a home run. And the lead is down to 1. Sid Bream hits home run number 8.
And it's the 7th home run against Omar Olivares, who has only pitched 77 innings.
And the Cardinal bullpen cranks it up again. Here's Berryhill, 1 out, nobody on, and he was cutting it loose. He swung and fouled a pitch back, strike 1. Boy, the Cardinals are really going to miss Mike Perez.
Lancaster and Guterman warming up for St. Louis.
0-1 the count to Berryhill. One out, nobody on, and Olivares delivers. Just missed outside, a ball and a strike. Three-2 Cardinals, top of the 7th, and the 1-1 from Omar. Fouled back and out of play. That's strike 2. Cardinals are going to have to go back to work. They'll have Ozzie, Jeffries, and Zeal to bat in the bottom of the 7th. Hopefully the Cardinals will still have their lead. Base is empty, 1 out, and a 1-2 count. The pitch by Omar, and Berryhill grounds it foul outside first. Berryhill in the game has fly to center and doubled. Lemke waits on deck as Lancaster and Guterman get ready in the Cardinal bullpen. The 1-2 from Omar to Berryhill, and a swing and a miss as Omar changed speed, struck him out. Second out of the inning, and Omar gave Berryhill an off-speed pitch, and Damon was way out in front. Struck him out. 2 out. And now the rain starts to fall again here at the ballpark, and some of the fans head for cover. Here is Mark Lemke at the plate. Mark looks at ball 1, low and away. Francisco Cabrera on the on-deck circle. As the 1-0 to Lemke catches the outside corner, a ball and a strike. The 1-1 from Olivares, and Lemke took just outside. 2-1. Pretty good pitch. Cardinals didn't get the call, and Lemke is ahead on the count. Marcus hit 7 home runs. The 2-1 pitch. Fly ball to center. Jordan back on the run in front of the track. He hauls it in, and that'll do it for the top of the 7th. Lemke hit it hard, but lined out to center, and Olivares comes in, gives up a 1-out double and a 2-run home run to Bream. 2 runs on 2 hits, nobody left. The Braves have only left 3. The Cardinals have left 7. Well, Steve Bedrosian takes over for the Braves on the mound. He comes out of the bullpen. Takes over from Merker, who pitched 3 innings, allowed no runs, 2 hits, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. A double switch as Belliard is into the game, playing second base and batting 9th. The pitcher, Merker, will bat 8th. Ozzie at the plate, hitting .274. He's 2 for 3, and the pitch is a strike over the inside corner. Steve Bedrosian. His 0-1 pitch. He starts and stops, and Ozzie waits. Now the 0-1 pitch from the right-hander, and Ozzie a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Bedrosian with a record of 0-2 and a great ERA of 1.8. In 20 innings, he's allowed 14 hits, limited duty. Out of the bullpen. His 0-2 pitch to Ozzie. He is on the way. And a tap up the middle. Belliard to his right, has it, sets himself and throws out at first base, barely. Ozzie almost beat it. Belliard threw low, but Bream pulled it in just in time to nip Ozzie at first base. Barely. 1 out. That'll bring in Jeffries. Cardinals trying to get those 2 runs back. 1 out, nobody on. Jeffries and Zeal coming up. Gregg at the plate. He is 1 for 2. Shows bunt, bunts third base side. A beauty. Base hit. Pendleton could do nothing but let it roll, and Jeffries is 2 for 3. Anything to get on base, and that'll bring up Zeal. A 1-out bunt single. And Jeffries is a pesky player, the kind you don't like to face and the kind you love when he plays for you.
Yeah, he's really involved in everything, whether he's got a glove on his hand or a bat in his hands. He is involved in the game, and he's likely to run as well. He's on at first with 1 out.
And the batter is Zeal, 1 for 2 with an RBI hit and a walk. A check on Jeffries, who has stolen 22 bases. Back in time. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning, 3-2 Cardinals. Another check on Jeffries, and this one was a little closer, but he got back. Ozzie grounded out Jeffries with a bunt hit. Now it's Zeal, who has hit 2 home runs. The pitch, the runner goes. Pitch inside, and no throw. Stolen base number 23 for Greg Jeffries. Pitch was up and in. Berryhill had a little problem with it, and Jeffries got such a good jump, Berryhill just put it in his back pocket. Well, here's a big run. A runner at second, 1 out. Zeal up now. Gilkey next. Zeal trying to get over the 260 mark. Jeffries at second, 1 out, and the 1-0 from Bedrosian is high. It's 2-0. Steve Bedrosian pitching in only his 21st inning of the season. As Jeffries at second and 1 out. The 2-0 pitch to Zeal is on the way. Up and in, 3-0 with Gilkey up next. Zeal may be swinging on 3-0. Jeffries at second and 1 out. Cardinals leading by a run. Bottom of the 7th, and the 3-0 pitch on the way to Zeal. Outside, he walked him. On 4 straight, Zeal draws his second walk of the game. And that'll bring in Jeffries, make that Gilkey, with Jeffries at second, Zeal at first, 1 out. Gilkey up. Bernard struck out with the bases loaded, and 1 out his last time up there. So he'd like to atone for that and deliver against Bedrosian.
Cardinals have had to change the batting order with Witten out of the lineup. We don't know how much longer Witten's going to be out, so Gilkey is an important batter in that number 5 spot.
2 on, 1 out. And the pitch by Bedrosian. Gilkey took it over the inside corner for strike 1, and the crowd groans about that call.
The catcher was crossed up. That's what made it look bad. And the Cardinals from the bench are giving the umpire a little heck. Pitch looked high, if anything.
And so Berryhill out to talk to Bedrosian with Bream there and Belliard. Blauser at short.
We're talking about 2 things. One, changing the signs with the runner at second, and also trying to keep Jeffries close at second base.
0-1 the count on Gilkey. First and second, 1 out. Cardinals leading by a run. 7th inning. The pitch by Bedrosian. The runner trying to steal third. The throw safe at third base as Jeffries steals another. Wow, number 24.
How's that for a triple? A bunt single, swiped second, stole third. Now the Cardinals ask Gilkey to make contact and avoid the double play and drive home a big run. Hitting room through the right side.
It was close, but Jeffries got in there, and it's first and third, 1 out, and a 1-1 count on Gilkey. Gilkey trying to get one of those runs back. The 1-1 from Bedrosian, and a foul out of play. That's strike 2.
When Jeffries stole that base, he misfired on his first step. It's damp out there in this infield. That's what made it very close at third base. Pendleton had to make a good grab of that throw. Gilkey now in a spot to be struck out by Bedrosian, and that would hurt, wouldn't it?
Jordan waits on deck. Gilkey just trying to make contact, avoid the double play, and get the runner in from third. First and third, 1 out, and a 1-2 count. Bedrosian is ready. Here's the pitch. struck him out, and a late call by the home plate umpire struck him out on a pitch over the outside corner, and Gilkey goes down looking. A nasty pitch over the outside corner. Pretty good pitch, and Gilkey goes down looking, and he puts the pressure on Brian Jordan. A so-so pitch, and Gilkey watched it go by for strike 3. And now it's 1st and 3rd, 2 out, and Brian Jordan is asked to pick up a big run. That's what it takes. The pitch by Bedrosian is a strike. Jeffries at 3rd. Zeal at 1st, and 2 out now. Jordan hitting .247 with 15 RBIs. Waits. The pitch by Bedrosian on the way, and Jordan fouls it off to the right, out of play. Strike 2.
Gilkey struck out with the bases loaded and 1 out in the 5th. And after Jeffries just chugged and chugged around the bases and ended up at 3rd, Zeal at 1st, 1 out. Gilkey struck out again.
A pretty darn good pitch from Bedrosian, a slider that caught the outside corner, and Gilkey couldn't pull the trigger. And it's 2 on with 2 out, and an 0-2 count on Brian Jordan. Bedrosian delivers, and Jordan took it just high and away for ball 1. Another pretty good pitch by Bedrosian.
Wonder if the Cardinals might do some running here and try to steal a run with Zeal at 1st. Jeffries at 3rd, 2 out.
Cardinals leading 3-2, bottom of the 7th. The 1-2 to Jordan. Fouled back. Stays up there. He was jammed and fought it off. And the rain still falling here at the ballpark. Not heavy enough to warrant another delay, but bothersome to some of the fans. But a lot of umbrellas up, protecting these Cardinal fans from the rain. Speaking of the fans, there are quite a few Atlanta fans here at the ballpark as well. 1-2 on Jordan. 1st and 3rd, 2 out. The pitch by Bedrosian is high and away, 2-2. It's one thing we've noticed about Jordan is he's been much more selective and very patient at the plate. Able to foul off the tough ones and stay up there. See if he can connect with Bedrosian on the mound. 1st and 3rd, 2 out. The 2-2 from the right-hander to Jordan is high, full count. And Zeal will be off and running with this next pitch to Jordan. He's at 1st. Jeffries at 3rd, 2 out. And Bream will move behind the Cardinal runner at 1st. Jordan at the plate. 3-2 the count. Bedrosian is ready. The runner goes. The pitch, a swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1st and 3rd, 1 out. And again, back-to-back strikeouts. Same thing we had in the 5th inning. Both Gilkey and Jordan go down swinging.
4 fires. And a strike is called. It just snipped the outside corner. It's 2-6-0 Braves, 3-9-0 Cards. Cabrera looks at it low and in. 1-1. Cabrera has 3 home runs, 6 RBIs, hitting .276. Inside and low is ball 2, 2-1. Cardinals have Lancaster and Gooderman throwing in the bullpen. Rain continues to fall. Cabrera swinging a line drive into center. That's going to drop for a base hit, a pinch hit single, and the tying run is on. Cabrera reaches, and now they'll send in a pinch runner, and you know who that is. The one and only Neon Dion, Mr. Sanders. He has some jammed fingers, but there's nothing wrong with his legs. Sanders, the pinch runner. Here in the 8th, the tying run is on. And Omar doesn't hold runners very well. At the plate now is Otis Nixon. Sanders has stolen 13 bases. He's been caught 7 times. A throw over, and he's back safely. No tag. We're in the 8th. 3-2 Cards. Tying runners on. A leadoff pinch single by Cabrera. Sanders pinch running for him. Draws another throw, and he's back safely. At the plate is Otis Nixon. He'll be bunting, and he can fly, folks. Usually you wouldn't bunt the tie on the road, but with this guy up there, bunts just half the battle. Zeal is way in at third. Jeffries is holding against Sanders. Ozzie and Alisea cheat up. Omar looks in to get a sign. Long look. Nods yes. Comes to the belt. Checks. Throws over again. And he's back safely. Nixon has not tipped his hand whether he's going to bunt or not, but if you're an infielder, you have to be looking for it. Bullpen gets busy again for Atlanta. Omar checks, kicks, fires, and in at the knees is a called strike one, and Nixon showed no sign of bunting. He's flied to center, he's grounded out, and he's singled tonight. Bullpen's busy, 8th inning action. Sanders, the tying run at first. He leads. Omar checks. Long look. He delivers. Swing and a foul off to the left. Sanders bluffed a break off of first, and it appeared that Nixon saw that, and he went to swing at it. We owe you a station break, and we'll give it to you after this pitch if we can. Lee Smith and Guterman in the bullpen. Nixon at the plate. He's in the hole with an 0-2 count. On deck, it's Blauser. Tying run, Sanders leads from first base. Olivares checks on him. Throws over there. This is the Cardinals Baseball Network.
To Keithsburg. Would be greatly.
0-2 is the count on Otis Nixon. Now Zeal is backed up at third. The 0-2 delivery. Way high and outside. He wastes one. Omar takes off his cap. Gets back on top. Gets his sign and comes to the stretch. The pitch. Ooh, just a little bit high. A slider, and it's 2-2. Nixon offered, but he couldn't pull the trigger. He was mesmerized by that one. It was just a little too high. Cardinal right-hander back at the stretch, and he throws to first, and this time Sanders has to get back in hand first. Sanders at first base is the tying run here in the 8th inning. Nobody out. 2-2 count on Nixon. He chokes it from the left side, deep in the box. He's ready, so is Omar. Sanders has that look about him. There he goes. Swing and a foul. He'll have to come back. Sanders had that one stolen. $24,880. Tomorrow night here, it's Joe McGrain 7-7 against Greg Maddox 7-7. 7:35 game time. Another 2-2. The runner goes. Swing and a line drive into right center will tie this game. It cut off by Brewer, but Sanders will score easily, and we are tied 3-3 on a double by Nixon. pinch single by Cabrera and an RBI double by Nixon, and we are all knotted 3-3, and the potential go-ahead and winning run is in scoring position at second. San Francisco knocked off the Expos. The Dodgers beat Philadelphia. The Mets sneaked by San Diego. The Cubs 3-2 over Cincinnati. The Buccos blasted Houston. Florida's playing at Colorado, bottom of the 8th. Rockies 4. Marlins 3. Jack will have the particulars for you on the scoreboard. Here comes Torrey, and there goes Oliveira. Toronto beat the White Sox 5-1. The Rangers blasted Milwaukee 11-1. The Tigers win. They knocked off Minnesota 4-1. Baltimore shut out Kansas City 8-0. They're in the 5th at Seattle. Seattle leads 3-1 over the Yankees. Boston's on top of California 2-1 after 5. And Cleveland is beating Oakland 6-1 after 4. Cardinals make a pitching.
Cardinals go to the bullpen. It's going to be Les Lancaster. And what a great point you made, Joe, about getting that runner over and getting it tied. Just exactly what you were talking about has happened. And here's a look at Les Lancaster rather than Big Lee Smith.
Well, and it happened in Bobby Cox's way rather than the way that we were suggesting about trying to get that runner into scoring position for a subsequent base hit later on. It worked out perfectly for the Braves, got Lee Smith out of the picture at least for the moment, and now the Braves with a chance to take the lead. Lancaster with the inherited runners this year, which is so important for a relief pitcher. As you see Oliveras making his way back to the showers to join Tewksbury. This year Lancaster has inherited 37 runners and 13 have scored, 35%.
Nobody out. Nixon at second. Blauser the hitter. Bet the farm Blauser will find a way to get the ball to the right side of the infield. Takes this one inside. And once again, the rain's starting to come down here in St. Louis. I really think we're lucky to have gotten this far.
I think so, too. If it doesn't get any heavier than this, we'll be all right. Jeff may be the best on the ball club all year long, though, at situational hitting like this and moving a runner over.
Pops this one up, though, in the left center field. Gilkey's coming on, and so is Jordan. It's Gilkey who makes the catch. One of the few times you will ever see Jeff Blauser not advance that runner to third.
I jinxed him.
Let's see if Terry Pendleton can move him all the way around. Pendleton's been hitting nothing but ground balls tonight. Twice he's grounded to second. And when it looked like the Braves had a little something going in the 6th, runners at first and second with only one out. Pendleton into the 6-4-3 double play. 3-3 tie, top of the 8th inning. The go-ahead run, Otis Nixon at second base. Out of play, and it's 0-1.
Remember a while ago we were talking about playing this ball game like it's always the 9th inning? I think this is another case of it. The Braves have certainly rallied to tie it here, but this is another situation where you got to get that run home. You got to play like this is the 9th inning and get that guy home in the event the heavy rains do come.
Was that a promo for our upcoming movie that we just saw? The 0-1 pitch to Pendleton, outside from Lancaster, and the count 1-1. And it's starting to come down a little bit heavier. We were told there was a window in here from about 8:45 to 9 o'clock for about 2 hours, and that's pretty much right on schedule. That's out of play, and it's 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to Terry Pendleton. What's he done against Les Lancaster? The two have seen each other a few times, haven't they?
6 for 19 lifetime with a couple of homers. 0 for 1 this year against him.
Braves would settle for a base hit here. With Nixon at second, he should be able to score on a single.
I got a question for you after this next pitch about history of a hitter against you.
That's high, and the count 2-2.
If you faced a guy like Terry Pendleton and he'd had a lot of success against you, but most of that success, let's say, had come 2 or 3, 4 years before that, and you knew you were maybe a little bit different pitcher, a little smarter pitcher, did it still bother you to know that he probably had a lot of confidence up there against you, or did you know you could maybe work him a little different?
Not if I had some information. One of the great things about Rene Latchman and Marcel Latchman was they all always had information, and so did a lot of other organizations. The information I'm talking about, Pendleton chases one up out of the strike zone. It'll get out of play, and it's still 2-2. Was on clubs where they chart the pitches. Go back and look through. Okay, let's say Pendleton is 7 out of 10 again. Let's go chart the pitches. What were the counts? Well, he hit a lot of first pitch. 6 of his hits came on the first pitch. 6 of the hits were first pitch breaking balls. And all of a sudden they say, wait, how stupid can I be? I'll stop throwing first pitch breaking balls and then go to another way. So as long as there was information to work off of, the raw numbers really didn't matter.
Okay.
But there was the world famous Rance Mulliniks. It really got to the point where, I promise, we ended up telling him what was coming.
Didn't matter, huh?
I think he was 7 out of 9 one year with 5 doubles and 2 homers.
Huh.
He could have been a Hall of Famer if he could have faced the Angels with whom he started. 2-2 pitch about to be made, but Lancaster didn't have a good grip on it.
Crazy fucking night.
Now he's got a hold of it, and here's the 2-2 pitch. And again, Pendleton chases one up out of the strike zone. It's still 2-2.
Pretty good battle going on here. Terry trying to get that run home. Lancaster trying to not give him anything from the middle of the plate in. Last time we were here in town, Les got married. Remember that?
That's right. I think he was honeymooning over at the Adams Mark, where we happen to stay. Starting to come down heavier. You can see the water dripping off Pendleton's helmet. To right center field. That should do it. Here comes Jordan. It'll get past him. Pendleton is going to head for 2. Nixon will score. A good battle, and Pendleton wins it. Braves lead it.
Folks, we've seen some big league at-bats this inning. From Frank Cabrera getting the inning started, Nixon's tying double, and Pendleton not missing that high mistake from Les Lancaster. I'm not going to fault Brian Jordan too much there. He was trying to charge the ball to try to save a base. And on this turf and in this rain, anything's liable to happen.
Boy, again, the point you made earlier about getting that run keeps Lee Smith out of there has really been a valid point, maybe the key point of the inning, and certainly a valid point as the Braves have been able to score. They're going to intentionally walk Justice to set up a Lancaster-Gant confrontation with runners at first and second. Gant against Lancaster, 4 out of 15 with 1 base on ball. Ron does have a home run off the right-hander. 2 in the 7th, 2 more in the 8th. The Braves was still with something going. That's going to be scored, if you're keeping score, a single and an error. But as you said, a tough call on this wet turf. All he was trying to do was get it in there in a hurry.
Yeah, anything's liable to happen, and what it allowed was Pendleton to get into scoring position, but he was doing his best to try to get in there to keep Terry from getting to second.
Give Pendleton an RBI on the play. He's at second, Justice at first. First one to Gant. That'll get out of play, and it's 0-1.
Now then, you're back to a situation where you've got the lead, and it's raining. Here's Ron Gant's swing again. This was a fastball, a little bit late on it, but he's up there hacking away, and that's what you'd like to see as the rains fall. You don't want him to go up there and strike out, just swing at anything, but don't sit around and
kill 20 minutes and 5 pitches. Good off-speed pitch from Lancaster, and a count 0-2 to Ron Gant. Greg McMichael had been throwing down in the bullpen. We don't see him throwing anymore. Ned Yost had made a trip up to the dugout, and right now he's talking to Mike Stanton, so McMichael might unwrap the jacket here shortly. We're in the top of the 8th inning from St. Louis. Cardinals got 2 in the first, 1 in the third. The Braves have battled back and lead it by 1. On the corner, go sit down. Perfect pitch. Or the area in which a perfect pitch has been all night. 2 outs for Sid Bream.
Right at the target and too close to take. Poncino's been calling that one all night.
Pendleton still at second. David Justice at first. Bream, the home run, got it all started back in the 7th inning. A 1-out homer, scoring Gann ahead of him. To right field, but Brewer should make the play. He does. Braves send 7 men to bat here, come away with 2 runs. They do it on 3 base hits. They leave 2 stranded. As the Cards come to bat in the bottom of the 8th, roles have changed. It's the Braves leading 4-3. Those of you in the Atlanta area know that John Sherholtz was with the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra over the weekend. He did Casey at Bat. Terry Pendleton this winter will be appearing with the Atlanta Ballet. That's his version of Swan Lake, or Let's Undust My Shoes. You can buy your tickets now through your local Ticketron office. Any way to get the mud off the spikes. We're at the bottom of the 8th inning. The Braves lead at 4-3. Greg McMichael coming on the pitch. The point between innings, you made a very good one about how much he's worked lately.
Yeah, this is 4th straight day to be out there. We'll see how sharp he is. As you look at his numbers, he's been doing a great job in this situation. Almost a strikeout per inning and only 17 walks. Also, new second baseman Bill Pecota takes over.
So Pecota's at second. McMichael is on, and Brewer will lead it off. He is 1 out of 2. Brewer has single walked and flied to center. First pitch strike. And right now, Steve Bedrosian, the pitcher of record. Bedrosian with an inning work, gave up 1 hit. He struck out 2. He walked 1. If the Braves can hang on, Bedrosian would pick up his first win of the year. There's a strike. 0-2.
This game's not over. Braves nursing a 1-run lead now, but the bullpen that was so maligned early in the year has really come on and done a great job for the Braves.
No balls and 2 strikes to Brewer. Off the end of the bat foul, and it's still 0-2. Do you think it took a while for some guys to adjust to different roles and maybe to really define some roles? There was no definition early in the year, except Stanton was going to be the saver.
Right, and this guy started off as a middle reliever.
Right.
Really kind of a mop-up guy.
Outside, and it's 1-2.
Have you talked to Greg, or have you watched him as far as, is that a palm ball he throws that goes down and away to the lefties, that it's like a changeup?
I think it's just a straight change, and he also throws a split finger, too. Like that right there. Got him with the strikeout. Oh, the PGA Championship was held here last year. This year, coming up in about, I think about 3 or 4 weeks. We'll have it on TBS for you. It's coming out of Inverness, second week in August. Inverness Golf Course up at Toledo, Ohio. That's a big event for TBS to have, to be able to bring to you. It was great fun to do it last year. Here's Pappas. He's 1 out of 3. He's doubled. Here's ball 1 high. As aggressive as Pappas is, it was going to be interesting, and I'm looking forward to see how he approaches hitting against Greg McMichael. He doesn't strike out that much. Pretty good eye. He takes ball 2 outside.
That draws the attention of the left side of his diamond. They're going to come in and try to get Greg to realize that he needs to throw strikes and get ahead in the count, because that's what makes that off-speed pitch of his effective, in my mind.
Well, there's no reason to swing. If it's 2-0 or 1-0, you still have pitches to play with.
Well, they brought out Berryhill to get them to make him throw strikes. Don't mess around with too many off-speed pitches.
Defensively, it's Gant, Nixon, and Justice still in the outfield. The infield is Pendleton, Blauser, now Pagoda at second, Bream at first, Berryhill behind the plate, and you see Greg McMichael on the mound. That's kind of the idea. That's a good distance, but that is not a Bush Memorial Stadium record.
Well, the meeting on the mound accomplished one thing. It caused him to stand up there and let his hands get wet.
Let's have another one, then. Remember, we saw Todd Zeal throw it to the line that marks the outfield here last year.
And that was very near a Bush Stadium record.
Very near.
Record held by many.
Minoso.
Yes.
2-1.
Pearl.
He held on to the bat, but same result. It's 2-2. Leo doesn't watch it. Pendleton and Blauser are going to be making all the counseling the counseling trips to the pitching mound. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Liner, but right at Blauser.
Well, it took him 3 pitches, but he got him to do exactly what Jeff wanted him to do.
Hit the ball to me, I'll catch it. He battles back. There's 2 outs in the 8th inning. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter.
Mark Whitten.
Yeah, Mark Whitten is going to come on. Mark out of Pensacola, Florida. Came over in a trade with the Toronto Blue Jays. 10 homers. Ball 1 is high. I know KMOX, the flagship station of the Cardinals, goes into Northwest Florida, but I also know a lot of folks down there check up on some of their favorite sons by watching us here on TBS. Grounder foul. It's 1-1.
I don't know. Good job by the ball boy down there to protect Tom Pagnazzi, who got nailed with that foul ball. I'm not sure that we can get a shot of it because there's no batter's box right now. But Mark Whitten's almost standing on the AstroTurf. He's so deep in the box.
Look how far he is in the back of the batter's box. Now, isn't that an advantage for a pitcher like McMichael?
With that sinker, I would think so. Dropping it out there in front of the plate.
Tried to. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Whitten, a very good low fastball hitter from the left side of the plate. Ooh, good pitch.
Little bit outside, though, and it's 3-1. A walk would take us to the top of the order, and Luis Alicea. And Whitten has good speed. They can put it in play. He does. And right at Sid Bream. Nice job of pitching by Greg McMichael after his counseling session with Pendleton and Blauser. It's a 1-2-3 inning. We'll head to the top of the 9th. Braves lead it by 1. 4-3 Braves, top of the 9th inning. New Cardinal pitcher is Lee Guterman. And he's been throwing for a while. And Joe, you got a chance to see him a lot over in the American League. What does he feature?
Well, he's not, in spite of his size, he's not overpowering. He cuts his fastball a little bit, tries to keep it down. Otherwise, he's going to get it hit. Has a little bit of movement on it. Pretty good slider and curveball. Doesn't often throw a straight changeup, but will on occasion when he's ahead in the count. His best attribute, I think, has always been his control. He's around the plate most of the time.
He's a big one.
And he's left-handed, and as we have seen on many occasions, you're left-handed, you can throw some strikes. You can pitch in this game a long time. You might change jerseys a few times, but you can stay in the game a long time.
And you can get away with a lot of stuff and keep pitching that other people can't, too, if you're left-handed. You see the rain still coming down. Every now and then it looks like it's going to stop, but then all of a sudden it kicks up again. A long conference after the inning. Damon Berryhill's the batter here, between Terry Pendleton and Larry Poncino. Any idea what that was all about?
I don't. Billy Hahn, the second base umpire, excuse me, Dana Demuth, the second base umpire, came in to join in, and then he looked right back at the mound. It was almost like Terry was complaining about the condition of the mound for his pitchers.
First pitch swinging back our way, and it's 0-1. Hey, Terry's saying something like, it looked like if you're lip reading, it's my job. He was saying, it's my job. Maybe it had something to do with the length of time he was out on the mound and the complaints out there.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost, you could see Terry saying, hey, it's my job to go out there. Out of play, and it's 0-2. Four runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Braves. 3, 9, and 1 for the Cardinals. Braves could hang on to this. This would be a great way to start the road trip. Good pitch from Guterman, and it's 1-2.
I think this umpiring quartet's seen enough rain to last them the rest of the year after that.
They worked that marathon in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
That 4 a.m. jobby?
What a miserable night that must have been for them.
Got him with the breaking ball. That'll take care of Berryhill. One gone in the top of the ninth. It's been one of those nights where those fellows have really earned their keep. You can't wander off too far on a night like this. The rain could kick up any time. And they've hauled enough of that drying agent out there to build a new mound. Here's Pacoda. And he takes strike one. Down low. Count 1-1. On the corner, and it's 1-2. Brian Hunter, one of 2 left on the bench for Bobby Cox. It's out of play, 1-2. Pacoda 7 out of 32. No homers and 3 RBIs. Pacoda has been to bat 34 times, and he has coaxed 2 walks out of the opposing pitchers. Figures he's not going to come up there that often. He's not going to get cheated. Hammer this one to left. It's going to be a base hit, and it's going to get by Gilkey. Pacoda headed for second. He'll cruise in. Probably be scored a single and an error. But you need hazardous duty pay out in that outfield to play those line drives.
Yeah, and another good at bat for Bill Pacoda, who's done a good job in his limited playing time. Got a high pitch he could handle and got on top of it. And nothing, absolutely nothing Gilkey could do but stand there and take one in the chops. Able to get a little bit of leather on it to protect himself, but that ball was like a rock skipping at him.
So Brian Hunter is going to pinch hit. That will leave just Greg Olson, according to my calculations, sitting on the bench. Not the kind of year Brian Hunter was looking for. Down low, 1-0. Not a whole lot of left-handed pitchers for him to bat against. As a pinch hitter, Brian 1 out of 9. He does have a couple of RBIs coming off the pine. Another breaking ball, and it's 2-0.
This is a rare situation for Brian in that it seems like lately he is such an aggressive hitter, and because he hasn't been getting many at-bats, he goes up there and he gets himself in the hole right away, swinging at some bad off-speed pitches. But now, lo and behold, a 2-0 count. Maybe he'll get something that's a little straighter, maybe something he can hit.
He does, and he swings at it, and Jimmy Williams, get out of the way, or you'll be joining Terry Pendleton in Swan Lake. It's a pretty good little tap dance down there by Jimmy Williams. It's 2-1 to Hunter. Pacoda, the runner at second. This time, Jimmy didn't have to avoid it that much. Jimmy has, with a runner at second, turns his backside to the plate so he can watch the shortstop and not let the guy get picked off. That leaves him very vulnerable to line drives.
Well, I think his object here is to get his head out of the way.
Well, he's presenting a fairly well padded area toward Brian Hunter. Got him with a high one. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Guterman. 2 gone. We'll go to the top of the order and Otis Nixon, and 1 more run would be some nice insurance for Mike Stanton. A good night for Otis Nixon. Takes this one high, 1-0. 2 out of 4 with an RBI and a run scored. To right field, fairly deep and near the line, but coming over is Brewer. He'll put it away. So the Braves strutting here in the top of the 9th, but they come up empty. Cardinals coming to the bat. Braves need a 1-2-3 inning out of Mike Stanton. 4-3 Atlanta. It's been a long, rainy night in St. Louis, but if the Braves can get 3 more outs, they'll take it and head back to the hotel. You see the line score. Mike Stanton becomes the 5th pitcher of the night. Greg McMichael went 1 inning. Struck out 1, got 1 line out, and 1 grounder to first. McMichael continues to do a great job in that setup role. You see Stanton's line. Appearance number 35 for Mike Stanton, and the earned run average starting to get down where he would like for it to be and where most people have thought it should be all along.
I'd just like to see a 3-up and 3-down inning. I know he's been keeping the runs off the board, but mercy, he gives me the shake sometimes when he 9th inning gets those runners on.
You'd really have trouble then if you were sitting in the dugout, huh?
I'd be rocking.
Alicea will lead it off. He is 1 out of 4. Stanton's first one is a ball. 1-0. Stanton and Alicea locked horns once before. 0 for 1. Looper to center. Nixon coming in a hurry, but he's going to have to play it safely. It's a bloop single. The tying run is on, and here we go. I think everybody would agree that's about as exciting as the Braves would like to see it. So it's okay to go ahead and get the outs now.
Right.
Ozzie Smith coming up. He's 2 out of 4.
Michael didn't seem to be affected by 4 straight days of work. Mike Stanton is out there for his 3rd straight day.
Pendleton in at 3rd. They're expecting the bunt out of Ozzie Smith. He is bunting, but takes a ball outside. 1-0. Greg Jeffries on deck. He has the big hit of the night for the Cardinals.
Generally speaking, this guy is also a wizard with the bat when he's trying to bunt and get a runner over.
And he's 2 out of 6 career against Mike Stanton. Lays down a beauty. Stanton will take the sure out to Pecota. That's a sacrifice. If you're scoring, it's 1-4 on the putout. And the tying run 180 feet away from home plate. Jeffries 1 out of 3 against Stanton. He's also drawn a walk.
It's not much relief from either side of the plate, whichever side you want him to hit from. 318 right-handed, 347 left-handed before play tonight.
7 of his 12 homers have come from this side of the plate. Curveball, loop to right. Justice will have to play it on a hop. Here comes Alicea. Here comes the throw.
We're tied, and Jeffries is at second. Third RB of the night for Greg Jeffries. That gives him an even 50 for the year.
A mistake upstairs. High curve ball. Jeffries nailed it, and then a high throw in from David Justice. He had no play on Alicea because Alicea was breaking on the crack of the bat. He would have been doubled up if Justice had caught the ball on the fly. But the high throw with the wet baseball allowed the winning run to get into scoring position.
And it'll bring up Todd Zeile.
First pitch to Zeile through the heart, strike one. Zeile 0 for 1 in his career against Mike Stanton. Boy, those little things really add up. You cannot put Mark Wohler starts to throw. You can't let him automatically get that winning run at second base. As much as you don't like seeing the tying run scored, you still got to give yourself an opportunity to win. Down low, and it's 1-1 to Zeile.
Well, I think normally in the outfield, David, with his strong arm, probably thought Alicea would freeze to make sure the ball dropped. That's probably why he thought he had a play. But Alicea just took a chance. He took a gamble that the ball was not going to be caught, and he was running.
Zeile with his base hit tonight, an 8-game hitting streak.
Ground ball, fair ball. Here comes Jeffries. Zeile, the game-winning hit. Cardinals win it. Game over. Some clutch hitting out of Greg Jeffries. Some clutch hitting out of Todd Zeile. A win that will mean a lot for the Cardinals, but a tough loss for the Atlanta Braves. Cardinals win it 5-4. We'll be back to put a wrap on it right after this timeout.
Well, it took a while, but the Braves fought back, looked back, and it looked like they were going to pull out a win tonight. But going to the bottom of the 9th inning, the Cardinals pick up a couple of runs to win it 5-4. They out-hit Atlanta 12-10. Even though the Cardinals did commit a couple of errors, Cardinals left 10 men on base. Braves left 6. Lee Guterman with his first win as a Cardinal. He's 1-0. Mike Stanton falls to 4-3 on the season. He only got 1 out in the 9th inning, and that was on the sacrifice bunt. Time of the game, 2 hours and 27 minutes. Game-winning hit was by Todd Zeile. With Jeffries at second base, he smacks one right down the line between Pendleton and the line. And actually, this turned into a closer play than one might think. Gant threw on the run, and Zeile, or perhaps Jeffries, I beg your pardon, pulled up a little bit, and it actually became a pretty close play. But the guy crossing the plate is our Armor All Tire Foam player of the game, Greg Jeffries. Drove in 3 runs, 2 with a home run in the first, and a big clutch RBI single to tie it in the 9th. Congratulations to him.
Cardinals and the Braves will go at it again tomorrow night. Greg Maddox 7-7 against Joe McGrain, Sports South. The Johnson & Johnson duo will have it for you. We will rejoin you on Thursday when Pete Smith will try to take on Real Cormier. Coming up next on TBS, we invite you to stay with us. It's going to be the movie Ambush, starring Robert Taylor. For Joe Simpson, for Pete Van Weer and Skip Carey, and all the folks who bring you Atlanta Braves baseball here on TBS, I'm Don Sutton. Thank you for spending your evening with us. Once again, bad news if you're a Braves fan. The Cardinals win it 5-4. Good night, everybody.